Well, a comment popped up tonight, and I figure while I have time and it's the weekend, I may as well just go ahead and make this video. I work at a dealership. I'm one of the technicians here. I stayed late because I'm doing my Marvel Mystery Oil series on a severely carboned up, varnished up Dodge Ram. Marvel Mystery Oil has been around since the 1930s. It's a phenomenal product. But I get often requests from some subscribers to try this oil, try that oil. Let me know what they think. Honestly, most oils are great oils. It's not the 1970s anymore where Pennzoil paraffin is plugging up motors and stuff like that. One of the top oils, and some people would even argue that Pennzoil Platinum Ultra is the best oil on the market or next to the best oil on the market. It just works. The additive package is phenomenal. Is it a true synthetic oil is an often argued subject. Who cares? It works. Change your oil. Service your vehicle sooner. Don't wait so long. Quit using the excuse the manufacturer or the engineer that's so smart says I can go 20,000 miles. And guess what? You won't have problems with that Fram filter, that Purelator filter, that Wix filter, that mobile filter, that everybody wants to point the blame at somebody. Fram has what's called a fiber end cap, or whatever the hell it's the proper name for it's called. And it gets a bad rep because other oil companies like to compare their filters against Fram. Now, when you ask people in the industry, is Fram a good filter? They're like, yeah, why not? Why would it? It filters fine. Just change your oil more often and take care of your stuff, and you're going to see no difference in one filter versus the next filter unless you're running super long service intervals. At that point, synthetic filters, tie-in filters, filters that you're going to pay for, monetization-wise, are obviously going to be a better filter long term. But if you're doing general services, general maintenance, a regular Fram filter, a regular SuperTech filter, a regular Napa filter, or whatever is going to be just fine. Now, I put an XG synthetic Fram filter on my oil change this time. I'm cleaning out this carbon and stuff. It's a taller filter. It's twice the capacity the standard filter would have. It allows me to put more oil in the motor and actually add a little bit more additive to it in the retrospect to the 20% MMO wants you to add. And I got a comment. Why are you using a junk Fram filter? And why are you using SuperTech oil? Well, I hope you have done your research, which clearly I don't see that happening from most people that leave that comment. A Fram filter is a perfectly fine filter. The fiber end cap doesn't cause any problems. It is other manufacturers that bash Fram that like to compare their product to Fram and say, look, we got a metal end cap. Fram has a fiber end cap. So what? It works. It doesn't just mysteriously fall apart just because it's a bad product. It works. There's a lot of people that use Fram filters that keep up with their 5,000 mile oil changes, even up to 10,000 miles, which I don't agree with anything past 5 for specific reasons because of my profession, pulling apart brand new motors with even manufactured filters, manufactured spec oil, really good high quality oil. I still see varnish and sludge buildup in these motors with the neglect of stop and go, short driving, in-town driving, no highway driving, not burning off the moisture and stuff in the oil like you're supposed to, and taking care of the vehicle, and following a severe oil change interval like most manufacturers would recommend between 3 and 5,000 miles because most people run a severe schedule and they don't even realize that. Fram filters are completely fine. It's just a trashed stereotype, a trash myth. Other oil filter companies, oil companies and stuff like to do this type of stuff where they compare to other products and they will put moles in the field to start stories and trash things to actually incite people to say bad things about specific companies. At the end of the day, if you're changing your oil, you're changing your filter, you're not beating the hell out of your vehicle. And if you are beating the hell out of your vehicle, you're changing stuff according to how you're driving, 150 hours, 3 to 5,000 miles, etc., etc. There's no oil filter on the market that's going to fail you. Fram filters are completely fine. This whole stereotype that Fram filters are garbage, and look at most of the motors that have failed in the junkyards, they have Fram filters on them. It's not because the Fram filter failed the engine. It's because a person uses a Fram filter, which is a more economical type filter in their lower grades, $3-4 filter versus a mobile $8 to $12 filter or a Ford Racing filter that is $27. It just works. And if people would take care of their stuff better, they would never have to see motors in the junkyard with Fram filters on it. It's not because Fram filters failed the engine. It's because people like using Fram. It's a economical type filter that filters just fine. They just don't take care of their product. That's it. Fram has a huge name in the industry, right? Or it did up until the last few years where everybody started trashing it. Because isn't it ironic that other companies start comparing their filters to Fram to give them a bad name? There's nothing wrong with Fram filters. Y'all be blessed.